Hey guys, I am like kind of in shock a little bit. I just saw a live. Well, it was live, but Hills on the Ground or Hills in the Air. The Clip Channel posted it. I'm like in shock. I can't believe it was about the dude Jared from AWP. Hey, Winky Whispers, Carla and friends. So the dude from AWP has been charged with the R word to a child. His uh, Someone related to him. Wow. And he's the owner of AWP. I was wondering the last couple of times well, for the last several months, I mean, I watched those guys back whenever Sam, the adventure guy, was with them. And so I noticed the last several months I hadn't seen Jared on there. And um, it's been the dude. Oh, heck, I can't remember the ones I can't remember their names. I'm kind of like in shock. Yeah, the main guy, Winky Whispers, he's been charged in the state of Utah with let me pull it up on my tablet with like the R word, like I said, with a young person. Hey, Miss Barb, Rhett's mom, Sarah Martinez. Good afternoon. Let me see what time. Yeah, it's afternoon. Let me get my tablet turned on. Yeah, um, I just like can't believe that. Well, I mean, you just can't. Safari Dream. Yeah, it is. It's pure disgusting. Like it just blows my mind. Like, wow. I my mom and I loved Dog the Bounty Hunter back whenever they were in doing their not the last. Well, I like all their shows, but back when they had their show on A&E, and we really liked Tim, the long hair, the guy that had the long hair that was braided. Dog called him his brother, but they weren't. I think they weren't brothers in by blood. And anywho, they something is making my tablet run down. Anywho, they are he got caught at a school with his drawers down in a van. He was caught, and they took he come off the show, and um they never really met. I was wondering what happened to him. Well, they kind of played it off on the show where his wife left him with their children, which were real small at the time, and that may have really happened also. I don't know, but the main reason why he quit being on the show was because he got charged. I think he got caught 2 times uh, by in a parking lot by a school playground when children were out there. And the first time, I think he played it off by saying that he had spilt coffee on himself and was changing his pants, and then he got caught again, if I'm not mistaken. That's the way it went down. And then um, the dude off of Deadliest Catch, Sig Hansen's brother. His name starts with the E. I can't L. I can't think of his name, but he drove the boat. If you guys watch that show, he always drove the boat during the uh, Apilia season, whatever, not the crab season. But so he got charged with um, messing with a youngster. I can't remember the details on that one, but he's not on the show. Whoever run the people that do Daily Sketch, they is it the Discovery Channel or either National Geographic one, but whoever does that show, they pulled his butt off he wasn't on any of the seasons after that. So I hate peas. Hello, welcome. So anyway, it doesn't work out well in the public eye, which it shouldn't. I mean, my God, they're sick. They should be like, you know, absolutely banned from TV and banned from life, if you ask me. I mean, that's just wrong. And there has to be uh, some truth to those stories, or those guys would have been back on the air. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have like took them off the air. Um, but it just goes to show you, you never know. Yes, you're right, Rhett's mom. It is absolutely crumbling, slowly but steadily. You ain't lying. It was so funny. We were talking when I was at my mom's the last time. My niece and I were talking. I don't know if you guys ever read the books. I don't read anymore, but I used to read all the time. Gosh, I now if I read, I get sleepy. But anyway, I read those books, the Left Behind series, and we, I grew up Methodist, Baptist now, but we not a whole lot of difference between the two. But anyway, we you know, I always remember like and just knew that Revelations was a scary I'm gonna get off on the Bible a little bit, just a second. Revelation is always a scary, chapter to talk about in the Bible, but it was fulfilling, my dad always said. But the Left Behind series was the first book. And, of course, it's fiction. Curious as F. Gail Broom, how are you guys? Welcome this afternoon. Yeah, I'm just in shock about Jared, like the owner of AWP, being charged with. Okay, my computer's up. I mean, my tablet's up. Let me see. Um, I put it on my community post. Hills in the Air posted it. And I guess the glare probably is going to cover it later. But let's see. Um, but anyway, we were talking about. I was telling them about whenever I had read the book, and then there was one movie come out. I think there was like I don't know 9 or 10, but it was a lot of books to it. But I think the main core to those books was like 5 or 6. Um, but it talked about the rapture, and it was, of course, it was fiction, and it was based about this guy was a pilot of an airplane, and he was having an affair with one of the stewardess, and his wife and his son. His wife was having like Sunday school classes at the home, and she was really church involved, and he kind of frowned upon her and the preacher being close. And anyway, so he's flying the plane, and all of a sudden, these people they're closer, a closer in the seats. People went to the bathroom, they're not there, and people are freaking out. And it was so crazy to see, in the movie, how many people were non-believers. They couldn't believe that, people just disappeared. And then began the 7 years of trials and tribulation. So, and living the Antichrist and taking the mark of the beast and all that. So anyway, it was a fictional. It really put things helped put things in perspective for me as far as Revelations go. I know it's completely fictional, but it kind of gave me a visual. So anyway, my niece and them had never seen it. So you can go on Amazon and watch the first movie, the Left Behind series, the very first movie. And they made other ones, but hey, LG, yes, I read those books. Yes. The other movies after the first one were different producers, different, it was completely different producers and stuff. The same people doing the other one. So to me, and even the first movie wasn't near as interesting as the book was. You know what I mean? I like Miss Norma Chavez. How are you? LG, seeing the how the co-op and people having to go in the co-op and to survive, if you didn't take the mark of the beast. Yeah, it was like, so anyway, my niece had never watched it, so I was able to pull it up on Amazon Prime, and gosh, it was so crazy. I hadn't seen it. I think it was done in like 2001 or 2000. It was whenever it was aired, so it's been quite a ways. I was in shock at how much of what's going on in real life right now, you guys, was just depicted in those movies. It was like crazy to see about the Bitcoin, the currency and stuff. It was crazy to see. So it was interesting to go back and watch. I was glad that I turned my niece onto it because it was, I had forgotten a lot of the stuff that was on there. So, but yeah, it says that, let's see. My darn tablet is going crazy. All my notifications coming in. Miss Gail Broom, I needed to clean, but it's raining here today, which we needed the rain. We for sure needed that, but let's see. Yeah, it said that, let's see. Wrong thing. Oh crap, I forgot I can't go to my comments. I have to go to on my tablet. I have to go to Hills on the Air. Yes, okay. I read the book first, Rhett's mom, and first of all, I love me some Tim McGraw, but I read the book first and then I watched the show, and I have to say the movie was pretty darn good. Uh, and chilling, very chilling. The movie was, and the book. I mean, it was very emotional. That was a good movie. That that was probably one of the first one of the movies that was as good as the book. You know what I mean? It was up there. Maybe it was because of the actor. I don't know, but yeah, that was a good one. I just turned my mother-in-law. I miss reading. I need to try to get back into it. I've read all of Sandra Brown. She was kind of like wrote romances and stuff. My sisters are big readers, but they do book on tapes now, and so I don't know. I just have a hard time. I don't know listening. I don't know listening to a book. I have to kind of read it, but maybe I need to just try it out more. Maybe I just haven't given it a chance. Okay, let's see. Band-Aid of Memories. Hello, doll. Okay, let's see. Was it Hills in the Air? I saw that on. Let me see. But yeah, that she was saying about how she can't. I guess she was going to go live or something, and she canceled it because of got Ickmail. I don't know what his Ickmail. Um, because of this live, I guess, and I think the glare is going to cover it. Monroe, how are you? How are you? Okay, so it says Jared from Adventures with Purpose indicted on charges of the R word with um a child, and it was his cousin. And so Ickmail's actually covered it, and he put up the court papers and stuff. I mean, and people writing in there about how the mom knew and all that stuff. So yeah, I know, Gail. Me too. That's how. Miss Lee, how are you? How are you? Ninja Orchid. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Yeah, so I couldn't believe it. So he's the owner of AWP, and I guess that's I noticed I've watched those guys back when Sam the adventure guy was with them, and yeah, so it's like a 12-year-old girl, and it was his cousin, and I mean it gets very explicit in the papers, the court papers, what he was charged with. And they put like said if he didn't turn himself in, they were going to put a warrant out for him. And so yeah, sick. Um, yeah, I've got those books if anybody would like, like to for me to mail them to you or whatever. I have, and the shack I've got somewhere too. My mother-in-law may have it. I turned her on to it. Yeah, Miss Norma, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, AWP Jared, the owner. He wasn't the one. He didn't cover he wasn't the one on the Kylie Rodney thing. Um, but he's the owner. And if you go back and watch any of his older videos, you'll see him. And is it funny? I really liked Sam, the adventure guy that was on there with him in the very beginning when I first started watching him. But Sam broke off about a little over a year ago, and he made a video and put it out about the reason he left. He's got a channel, his own channel. If you guys get a chance, it's Sam the Adventure Guy, I think, or Sam the Adventure Guy. But he kind of put a little video out about why he left Adventures with Purpose. I mean, he wished him well, but he just said that basically that Jared was, crooked, that he was they work off donations, and that he was really playing to people's you know, weaknesses, I guess, and depicting the company as something different than what it was. Like they were, pretty well established. I don't guess they needed the funds like they were portraying themselves, and a few other things. So when Sam left, I kind of quit watching them. And then when the Kylie Rodney thing come up, then I kind of got back into watching them again. And I noticed I even went back and watched, hey, Navy Tex, thank you for coming in. I kind of whenever I saw that Jared wasn't on there, wasn't on and doing the Adventures with Purpose, when I saw that, I went back through their videos trying to find out when he'd left, because I thought it was kind of strange. But apparently there's a reason why, because he knew that these charges was coming down. And so now they depicted it as something completely different on the videos they did. They said that they're branching out, and I guess they were branching out, but there was a reason why he wasn't part of it. So yeah, you have to, like, the charges were the papers from Utah, and I guess they lived in Utah. It says Utah brought the charges against them, but I think it was several counts. And whoever was given a statement on the family's behalf, they were saying that they think that, from what I heard, I haven't watched all of it, that his mother knew about it, or Jared's mother knew about it. Now, Jared's, if I'm not mistaken, he's married and got several children. His kids were actually part of they were the ones doing the filming and stuff like that. His children were involved in the show. So, yeah, right, Sky Z, isn't that crazy? I mean, you just never know. I was telling these guys that, I used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter back when A&E had it. And, Tim Chapman, Dog's brother, he quit, just all of a sudden quit appearing. And, yeah, I know Duty Ron is. A lot of people are big supporters of AWP. I mean, Angelina FL24, welcome. Yeah, a lot of people are like, supporters of them. I mean, I really got into what they were doing. I mean, I thought it was great, that they were able to do what a lot of other people couldn't do, as far as their technology, the sonar and stuff that they used. But yeah, so Tim Chapman from Dog the Bounty Hunter, he quit being on the show, and there was a reason for it. He was caught outside a playground or a school with children on the playground, parked in a van with his drawers down a couple times, and then on Deadliest Catch, Sig Hansen's brother, his name started with an E. I can't think of his name right now, but he all of a sudden quit being on there. And I did some Googling and found out whenever they wasn't showing them anymore what happened. Yeah, Jared's being charged with let me see, I don't know how many charges, but there's court papers out there of the state of Utah for doing the R word. Dog Banners. Yeah, no, wasn't really his brother. They just coincidentally had the same last name and worked together. Yeah, and what was crazy, Angelina FL24 was, before Tim left the show or whatever. Yeah, Jared, the owner of AWP. Yeah, this world does suck. You never know, but Tim, they were actually kind of like covering him. He had married him a Hawaiian lady, and they had like some babies. I mean, like little tiny babies. And apparently, she left. She left him, and he was left with the kids. And when I tell you kids, I mean, they're like at least 3 or 4 of them was under the age of 10, and they were left with him, which I thought was, after the news come out about why he wasn't on the show anymore. I thought, wowza, what's the I don't know if they were later removed because of those charges or what, but yeah, there's some sickos out there, some sickos. But they had to have known that AWP had to have known that this was going to eventually come to light. I mean, you can only hide from that crap. I mean, especially, okay, it says it's important to mention that, let's see, though AWP, Jared, and everyone working within AWP has access to and a position of trust over grieving, vulnerable families who are going through the worst moments of their lives. They have access to young children who are frightened and hurting. If there is any evidence that he did this, whether it's enough for court to convict him or not, he should be immediately removed from the position for safety of all the family who would work with him. You cannot take chances. Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, they've brought charges up, and look, they're explicit. They tell in the papers, it's explicit what he did. I mean, they lay it out. I mean, yeah, for sure. Exactly. There's a plenty of those out there, Miss Norma. Some of them probably you don't even have to pay. Commander, welcome. Jared from AWP, the owner of AWP, was charged with the R word of some children, and it was actually his cousin. And I think she was 12 years old. Okay, Miss Gail, I think she was 12 years old from what they said, but she was okay. Here it says, unfortunately, chances of coming across a video of my childhood R word, Jared, my cousin, yes, my own flesh and blood. Okay, so this is, please beware. I had no idea. Okay, this was something that was posted from the family member. Let me see if I can pull it up. My cousin, let me see.
There's one that I missed.
Okay, let's see. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to. Okay, close that. Oops. Okay, so let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay, I'm trying to pull up something to read to you. Um, no, Jared was not one with the beard. He was the clean cut. He always had a clean cut face. Whenever I watched him, let's see, he's actually the owner. Okay, says forced to have the S word with you, and this is somebody saying that they were forced to have, the ugly with them in the bathroom. You are 6 or 7 years older than me. I can't say this because it's covered up by some stuff, but it says something in Las Vegas at Grandma and Grandpa's house. Um, you had your own car, a Volkswagen Beetle, and was driving it when it ran. So please stop making it sound as if you were a young child during that time. You were molesting me. Maybe you started that young with others, but as far as I go, you are willing. As far as you are not willing to face your wrongdoing in a proper fashion, then that is on you and you alone. Anyone who supports you in your sick, delusional fantasy of forging yourself for the pain and suffering you caused and willingly caused on not only a child but your own family. Face your let's see self for the pain and suffering you caused your own family member. I do not appreciate your admitting it all. But I do appreciate you admitted it in your writing. So apparently he did admit to it. Um, so yeah, can you believe that crap? I mean, I never would have thought it you just never know by looking at somebody. Um, yeah, he was me too. In my opinion, he was the best representation. Did you ever watch it, Commander, when Sam, the adventure guy, was on there? Well, I started watching those guys back in the day when Sam was on the channel with them, and he left about a little over a year ago. And Sam put his own video out as to why he left AWP. And AWP also put a video out, but they've taken it down. They took it down. Um, they took it down shortly after they posted it, from what I remember, because I went back to try to find their video and not long ago, and I couldn't find it. So, um, yeah, yeah, that's just. And I like Sam. Sam still got his own channel. His son is like really. He's got some cute videos of his son. His son is got like huge head of hair, and it's curly, and he's like really funny. His son dives, and I Sam was like the diver. I think he used to have a tow truck company or something, but he was a really salt of the earth kind of guy. And, he left because he felt like Jared and them wasn't being, on the up and up, and being honest and forthright with the way they were handling the business. So he just didn't want to be part of it. Um, let's see. I know it's like every time you turn the news on, I don't even really watch the news anymore because, well, first of all, it's sad, and you just don't know what to believe anymore. I mean, it's really sad. I was talking to my brother, and I said, never did I think that when we were growing up, the news was what we had. I mean, that was our go-to. You know what I mean? We watched the news. I mean, we used to do book reports on. We used to have to like do little book reports and do stuff on the news and the weather, like hot topics or whatever. But yeah, it's Sam the Adventure Guy, I think is the name of his channel. Let me see if I can pull it up on my tablet. He used to be with AWP whenever I first started watching, and then when he left, I didn't even know he had his own channel, but somehow I come across his channel because he quit being on the show. And Sam's Adventure. Let's see. And I think it was like a year ago whenever he left. A little over a year. Sam the Adventure. Let me see. I'm pulling it up to see if I can Yeah, it's called Sam the Adventure Man. That's the name of his channel. Sam the Adventure Man. And you can go to that and look at his videos. And he tells, I'm gonna see if I can find the date. Okay, he ain't got a whole lot of videos that are not past the year old because he doesn't do a lot of filming. Um, let's see. Huh. He it was up there. I watched it just not long ago. Um, and his son is Kyler Ginn. He's got a video. He does diving and stuff. He's pretty funny to watch the stuff that he finds. Um, gosh, I don't see that video anymore. It makes me wonder if he took. I watched it right when that video. I did watch it whenever all that was going on with the Kylie Rodney case because I wanted to refresh my memory, and I was telling somebody about Sam, so it was up there because I told my girlfriend about it. I said, "Go watch it." I said he used to be with them. I'm not seeing it now. Huh? It makes me wonder if they had him take it down because who knows of the who knows why he took it down, but and maybe it's still up there. I'm on my tablet, and for some reason, like I can't go to community posts and stuff like that. Don't show up on my tablet, but yeah. So Blondie PT, hello, welcome. Christina's Journey, hello. Yeah, it's a dreary day in the neighborhood here. So we had waffles for lunch. I made waffles and uh, being a lazy kind of day. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed in them too. Like Miss Gilbrun was saying, or Miss Norma earlier. Go get you a prostitute or a hooker or girlfriend or whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how you know it goes. It happens. Unfortunately, more times than, and it seems like it's you hear about it more and more. Of it going on. Um, Miss Carla has posted a link. I don't know. Is that the? I don't know what that goes to, but that might be the Sam the Adventure Man's channel. But yeah, he used to be with AWP. Um, so you just never know. There's a lot of sickos in this world, and it's sad. It's sad to and the damage. These predators just don't get it. They don't understand or maybe they don't care. I'm sure they don't care. They don't understand the trauma and the way it makes a person feel. I mean, you question. They don't get you. Question yourself. You question so many things in life. And it stays with you. That's something that never leaves you, ever leaves you. And it's like every time you know you do see something newsworthy or whatever, it's a missing child or uh, predators on children. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. And it's like even YouTube has gotten, on the channels that I watch. I mean, I watch a lot of different stuff. I watched this guy from Russia. I was just thinking, I'm going to tell you guys the name of the channel because I got pulled in, and this guy, I thought to myself, instead of supporting the House of Williams and other people like I've been supporting, I'm going to start supporting people like this. It's VASYA. It's a weird name. VASYA in the HAY. And this is a guy from Russia, and he helps people. And there's this one kid that he took out, the gypsies. His mother died of alcohol. Apparently, there's a lot of alcoholism over there, and they tell about that too in some of these videos. But why so many people drink. So this young kid's mother was I guess a drunk his whole childhood and stuff, and he thought for his whole life that he thought the reason he has that big hump on his back was because he fell out of his bed when he was a child. Anyway, he gets rescued. So his mother passes away, and he is I guess she left him with a small house. Well, the gypsies, and I don't know if the gypsies, are the same kind of gypsies we have around here, but they took him in, and then they ended up taking his home. So he had to move in with his brother and wife, and their kids. And oh, okay, Jared from AWP Blondie has been charged with the R word on a young 12-year-old, and it was a cousin. Um, so that's what had happened. Monet Rig, hello. Oh, did I not do it? Write it. I don't. Did I write? Well, if it put PRAY in my title, I'll fix it. It's because my darn uh, my phone does its own thing. It spells words. the I put PREY, but it probably didn't stay there, so I'll have to go back and fix that whenever I get off. But you're right though. That's the way it's supposed to be spelled. That kind of pray. Um, but yeah, there's some sickos out there. But anyway, this Best Buy in the hay. This guy's the guy that he took in. His name was Diem, I think. I'm gonna look real quick. And anyway, he took them to the city wherever they live, and gave them a new lease on life. And he in turn has turned to try to like help other people. And he just went and found his dad in Belarus. Oh gosh, his dad was in an like an orphanage, I guess. His dad has no one, and he said, I've often thought about my children, but he was able to go to Belarus to see his dad. And his dad is in a wheelchair and he has no legs, and they tell about that. But anyway, the guy's name is Diem. There's a bunch of videos about him. I'm trying to find Dima. If you guys go over to his channel, I'll actually put the link to that in this video. Whenever I get through, I'll put it down in the comments, because it's a good channel. I I was watching the other day. I said, that's who I'm going to start supporting, because this dude is really doing good, trying to do good and help the people that are not privileged and the ones that are like, having a hard time. Um, Absolutely. You can't be vigilant enough. I mean, you cannot be vigilant. Yeah, autocorrect. That's what it was, Winky Whispers. It does it all the time. And it makes me so mad. I have to go. And this is a new phone. I cracked my other screen, so I had to get another phone. And the settings on this one, even though it's the same kind of phone, I guess the updates or something was done when I was like in between phones. But I have tried to change my keyboard on this thing because it drives me batty, the way the keyboard is. But for some reason, oh, she is okay. All right. Well, I'm going to get off and we'll go over and watch Hills. I just wanted to jump on. I saw that and I was like so sickened by it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I will never get it. And yes, believe the children. Believe the children for sure. Because look, I'm not going to say that there's not some times that it's not, if it's an older kid or whatever that knows how to manipulate, that doesn't happen. But you can't, it's not worth taking a risk. You know what I mean? But a young child, I'm sorry. I just don't think kids are going to make that up. I know something happened to me when I was, gosh, I can't remember the age. I know about what age I was. I was between 10 and 12. And I won't ever forget when I told my mother was in the garden. I won't ever forget it. Me getting dropped off, and I walked up to the garden and I told my mother what happened. And I won't ever forget it. She grabbed me by the hand and down the hill we went from the garden, and she grabbed the 410 is what she called it. And it's a 410, but it was a 410. She grabbed her 410 and off we go to the home of the person. And my mother, it wasn't not a pretty sight. So, but I will never forget that. It was no questions asked, and that's the way we should handle it. You know what I mean? You should believe your children for sure. But anyway, we'll go watch the Hills. Hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thanks for popping in and joining me. And I'll see you. I'm working on a parody, you guys. So I'll be coming in with that pretty soon. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you in the streets. Bye.